students start with the theorem 6.7. This is one of the most important theorem. There are many chances that this theorem will come in the examination. It's the sum of angles of a triangle is 180. We can use, or we can say that angle sum property. So till now from the 5th standard we learned that the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is 180. Now today we'll prove it. So as in the question we have written the data that triangle PQR is given. In the proof the sum angle P plus Q plus R is 180. So let us do one thing. I'll give the angle as name angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. So let me give the name angle P as angle 1, angle Q as angle 2 and angle R as angle 3. Now first we need to construct. Let construct a line which is parallel to QR and this line passing through point P. So what is here? This is we have to construct a line which is say that, or which we have written. Students, which you have to remember here. Let me give the name of this line XY. So I have written that construct a line, we can give that XY which is parallel to QR and which is passing from P. You can see that two more angles are formed here. So let us give that name. As it is 3, we'll give this angle as 4 and this angle as 5. So we can say that angle XPQ, that means this angle XPQ, which is angle 4, and angle YPR, that is angle 5. This way. Now you forget the rest of the things. You can see the relation between angle 1, 4 and 5. As we can say that XY is a line, so we can say it's from a straight angle. So angle 4 plus angle 1 plus angle 5 is equals to 180 degree because it's a straight angle. We'll use this later on. Now look at students here. That is a relation between angle 4 and angle 2. You can see that XY is parallel to QR and PQ is the transversal. As we discussed earlier in this chapter, so we can say that angle 4 is same as angle 2. This XPQ, that is 4 angle, and PQR, that is the second angle. They are forming pair of alternate angles. The same way we can say that XY is parallel to QR and PR is transversal. So again we can say that angle phi is same as, this is YPR is same as angle 3, that is PRQ. So we can say again they are both are pair of alternate angles. So as equation 1, let me give this 2 and this is 3. So look at this equation 1, 2 and 3. So the values of 2 and 3, that is angle 4 as angle 2 and angle 5 as angle 3, which will substitute here. So we can write from equation 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. We will substitute the value. As angle 4 can be written angle 2, 1 as it is, and 5 can be written 3 is 180. So as we suppose earlier, for angle 2 that is Q, P and R is 180. So this is how we can say that, or we have proved here that sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180. Let us see the first question of this exercise. We can see that it's a triangle PQR, that QT is produced and PS is produced. The angles SPR is given 135 and PQT is given 110. We have to find out angle PRQ, which is the interior angle of this triangle. So we can see that, student, this is an exterior angle. So exterior angle is form a linear pair with the interior angle of a triangle. So let us use that funda first. That angle SPR plus angle RPQ is equals to 180 degree. We should write the reason they are forming linear pair. One angle we have, that is 135. The another we can obtain, that is RPQ. So this angle can be obtained by subtracting the given value from 180. So RPQ is equals to 180 minus 135. So when we do the subtraction of these two angles, so RPQ is equals to 45 degree. This is one angle we obtained. See, this is not the angle which we required. Okay, now again the same way, you can see that PQT and PQT and PQR, again they are forming linear pair. So the sum is 180. Let us substitute this value. It is 110 plus PQR. So we will take this 110 to the right hand side to obtain PQR. So PQR is equals to 180 minus 110. I have written directly, that is 70 degree. Again, this is not the angle we required. We obtain this one. So the interior angles we have. So now we know that how to obtain the exterior angle. That means the third angle. Now we'll use the angle sum property for triangle PQR. Sum of all the angle, that is PQR plus RPQ plus PRQ is 180. So we have used the angle sum property. ASP angle sum property. PQR is 70. This angle is 45. So the remaining angle can be obtained by subtracting the sum of these two from 180. So the sum of these two is 115 plus PRQ is equals to 180. I'll take this value to the right hand side, which comes in the subtraction. So PRQ is equals to 180 minus 115 degree. So angle PRQ is equals to 65, the subtraction of this two. So this is what the required angle PRQ. Thank you. Now let's see this, the second number. It is a very, we can say an important question. Let's see what is given. It's a triangle XYZ where the angle X is given 62, the whole angle. Angle Y, that is XYZ, that means the whole angle, this is the whole part, is given 54. Here it is given YO and ZO. These two are the bisector. Students, bisector, that means which divide the angle into two equal parts. Which divide the angles into two equal parts. It's a given bisector. And we have to find out angle YOZ and angle OZY. These are the two angles we need to find out. Now right now you forget this about this YO and YZ. As we have the two angles of a triangle, one is 62, another is 54. So we know that how to obtain the third by using the angle sum property. So let's use that for triangle XYZ. Using the angle sum property, angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z is equals to 180. Here we use the angle sum property. Students, when I have written XYZ and I have written angle X, angle Y, angle Z, so it is considered the whole angle. Fine, it won't consider OZY. This OZY is the angle of triangle OZY, and this is the whole angle which we obtain now. Okay, this is 62 angle X, this is 54 the angle Y, and let's see that what Z we obtain. I'll do the sum of this two. It's 116 degree. So now to obtain Z, we have to take this 116 to the right hand side. So we will get angle Z is equals to 180 degree minus 116. So we can say that angle Z is equals to the subtraction of this two, that is 4 and 6, 64. this is not the angle which we need to find out. Z is x, z, y. The whole angle is there. This angle is x, z, y. Now let's come to the data which is given into the question, that YO and ZO, they are the bisector. As they are bisector, that means this YO divide this angle into two equal part as well as this. So let's note it down here that ZO is bisector of whole angle Z, or we can say XZY. So we can say that OZY is half of angle XZY. So angle XZY we have, that is 64, and half of it, that is 32. So this is one angle which we require we obtain. Angle OZY. Now YOZ, which we need to find out. For that we need to find out OYZ. So let's find out here the same way, that YO is bisector of angle Y. So again I'll write OYZ is equals to half of angle Y. So it is half of, the angle Y is 54. So this angle is 27 degree. Which angle? OYZ is 27 degree. Now this angle we have to find out. So we'll use angle sum property for triangle OYZ. So angle OYZ plus angle OZY plus angle YOZ is equals to 180 degree. I have used angle sum property of this triangle. This angle we have 27 degree. This is 32. Let's obtain YOZ by subtracting the sum of this two from 180. So angle YOZ is equals to 180 minus, I'll do the sum of this two, that is 59. So the answer we obtain 121 degree. So these are the two values or the angles measured which we require. Let us continue with the third number question. So here they have mentioned that AB is parallel to DE. The measure angle BAC, that is 35, and CDE, that is 53. We have to find out this angle. So here from the diagram we can say that as AB is parallel to DE, and we can say that AE is the transversal. So we can see that angle BAC, this BAC and CED, they are forming pair of alternate angles. So they must be equal. They are alternate angles. So they are equal. So BAE, which is 35 degree. So obviously CED is also 35. Now remember students, we have to find out DCE, which is an angle of triangle DCE. We have another angle of that triangle and we obtain the second angle. So when we have the two angles of the same triangle, so third angle is quite easy to obtain. So we'll write here for triangle CDE, I'll use angle sum property. That means sum of all the angles of this triangle, that is CDE, CED plus CDE plus DCE is 180. Now look at here students, one thing you should remember, whenever we talk about triangle, so they have the three vertex C, D and E. So when we use angle sum property, अब देखो यहाँ पे C, D and E, this three vertex supposed to be there, वो आ जाने चाहिए. Fine. Then whatever the order of the first and last vertex doesn't matter. अब DCE लिखो या ECD लिखो. So this is the C, which is the vertex, or we can say the angle. Okay. Chalo. Let's substitute this value CED, which is 35 degree, plus this angle which is given into the question, that is 53, and the third angle which we have to find out, that is DCE. Let us do the sum of this two, that is 88 degree plus DCE. To obtain the answer, we'll take this value to the right hand side. So DCE is equals to 180 minus 88 degree. So the value of BCE so yes, that is 92. So this is the third angle which we obtained and which we have to find out, that is 92 degree. Let's continue with the fourth number of this exercise. So you can see that in this diagram, these two angles, that is PRT, which is given 40, and RPT, that is given 95. One more angle is given, that is TSQ or QST. Now the angle which we have to find out is SQ and T. This is the angle we have to find out. Now remember students, I observe many of the students, they'll write this value as 95 because they say that RPT and TQS, they are forming pair of alternate angles. आप समझ लो ये pair of alternate angles तो है, ये this and this angle, मगर these two lines are not given parallel, मतलब PR और SQ parallel नहीं दिए हैं. So whenever these lines are not given parallel, तो pair of alternate angles cannot be equal. So if they are forming pair of alternate angles, but the condition is not given the lines are parallel, we cannot use that the pair of alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles बन रहे हैं, मगर ये दोनों lines parallel नहीं दिए हैं. So these two angles could not be equal. Remember students, it's very important. Okay. So now this angle we have to find out SQT. So this is of this triangle. ये triangle का ये angle है. तो अगर मेरे पास ये angle कहीं से मिल जाएगा, if I'll obtain STQ angle, so by using the angle sum property for this triangle, I'll obtain this one. मतलब मुझे ये angle ढूंढना है STQ. Now if you observe this diagram very carefully, तो हमें पता चल रहा है कि PTR और STQ दोनों सेम है because they both are pair of vertically opposite angles. तो मतलब मुझे ये एंगल ढूंढना पड़ेगा. This angle can be obtained using angle sum property for this triangle. चलो तो क्या करेंगे सबसे पहले. So for triangle PRT, I'll use angle sum property. Sum of all the angles. It's angle PRT plus angle RPT plus PTR. This is 180. These two values we have, this is 40 degree and this is 95 plus PTR. Let me do the sum of this two, which is 135. Now I'll subtract this value from 180. This usual which I am done in the previous. So PTR is equals to 180 minus 135. So the subtraction. So PTR is equals to 45 degree. The subtraction of this two. So as we discussed earlier, PTR and STQ are same. We mentioned here that PTR is same as STQ. What the reason? They are vertically opposite angles. We should mention this. So PTR is 45. So obviously STQ is the same value. STQ is also 45. Now the two angles of this triangle we obtain. Now it's quite easy to obtain the third one. So for triangle STQ, again I am using the angle sum property. Now remember three vertex S, T and Q. So STQ is one angle, so vertex is T, plus TSQ, that is the vertex S, and the remaining SQT is the vertex Q. Out of these two angles which we have, one angle we obtain 45 degree, another is given in the question, that is 75 degree, and the third we have to find out. I'll do the sum of these two. So it is 120 plus SQT is equals to 180 degree. I will take this value to the right hand side. It comes in the subtraction. So SQT is equals to 180 minus 120. So the value of SQT is equals to 60 degree. So it is quite easy, but it is an interesting question. Let's go for the fifth number. It is again a good number sum. Let's see the conditions what given. It's given PQ perpendicular PS, where P form a right angle. So we can say that angle P is right angle. That means 90 degree. Okay. PQ is given parallel to SR. These two sides are given, not these two. Remember, PQ is parallel to SR. Angle SQR, that is 28, and QRD, that is 65. We have to find out the variables, that unknown angles X and Y. See students, many ways we can do the sums. Let's try to do the sum with the easiest way, which could be understood. Let's see that the relation, these two are parallel, and if I consider QR as a transversal, PQ parallel to SR, and this is the transversal, so we can say that these two angles are same, pair of alternate angles. So let's go for the same. PQ is parallel to SR and QR is transversal. Okay, so we can say that angle PQR is same as angle QRT. Again, the reason, they are pair of alternate angles, as we discussed. So PQR, now look at this diagram very carefully. PQR is the sum of these two angles. Let me just note it down, that PQS plus SQR. This is I have written for this angle. These two are the adjacent angles, and the sum of these two is equals to PQR. PQR, the sum of PQS and SQR. QRT, that value which we have, that is 65 degree. Now this both the angles, PQS as it is mentioned, that is X, and SQR, which is given into the question, 28 degree. So let us take this 28 to the right hand side. So X is equals to 65 minus 28 degree. So let us see the subtraction. X is equals to, it's 37. So this is the value of X what we obtain. Now forget the rest of the things. Now concentrate here at triangle PQS. We have this angle, that is 90. We have this angle, that is 37. So yes, we can obtain this by using the angle sum property. So for triangle PQS, we'll use angle sum property. So we will go for angle P, that is QPS plus PQS plus PSQ as 180. One angle is 90 degree, another is X, that we obtain is 37 degree, and the third one is Y, which we have to obtain. Let us do the sum of these two. It's 127, which we will subtract from 180 to obtain Y. I'll take this to the right hand side. So the value of Y is 180 minus 127. So the value of Y we will obtain is 43 degree. So there is the value of X and Y obtained. Thank you. Let us students see the last question of this exercise as well as this chapter 6 number, which is the most important question. It is given into the question that in a triangle PQR, QR is produced to us if the bisector of PQR and bisector of PRS, this is the bisector and this is another bisector, if they both intersect at T, then we have to show that this way, that QTR is half of PQR. So now let's see this. So let us use this diagram. So in the diagram we can see that if I draw this much, I use the first statement. So this is the produced line. So we can say that triangle PQ, angle PRS is an exterior angle, of triangle PQR. So we discuss about the exterior angle. अब यहाँ पे देखिएगा आराम से, if I erase this to make you understand. So this is an exterior angle PRS. So the value of PRS is sum of its interior opposite angles. That means angle QPR and PQR. QPR plus PQR. Now look at that, what we required in the answer. We required half QPR and we have only QPR. So we will multiply with the half here. Half I'll multiply with all the terms. As I told you the students, the reason we require the half QPR in the answer. So from the beginning we can do this. You can get this or you can do this step even in the last also. But it is better we'll do it here. Okay, now we obtain this. Now let us erase this one. We'll come to the diagram again. This is the point D, T. So we can see that for triangle TQR, TRS is an exterior angle. Now is an exterior angle of triangle TQR. So as we use this one, we'll use the same thing, that TRS, the measure of an exterior angle, is equals to sum of its interior opposite angles. So that can be written as QTR, this one, QTR and TQR. I'll give this as equation number 2. Here I have not done the half of this because in the answer we required QTR. Here we have multiplied with the half, the reason we required half QPR. Now we'll keep this both equation as it is and we'll utilize this later on. Now let's come to the question again. I'm going to erase this. As it is mentioned that here, this is the bisector. QT is the bisector of PQR. So let's note it down. QT is the bisector of angle PQR. So we can say that QT is the bisector. So TQR, this angle, will be the half of PQR. Bisector as that means which divide the angle into two equal parts. So PQR के दो equal parts में से एक part ये है, which is obviously half of this. Again I'll give this as an number 3, which we use later on. The same way, if I erase again, this all I have done, I'll do this to explain you. I'll join here. Let me draw this one. I don't require this one. Yes, this is the PQ. Now here they have given this is the bisector now. This is the bisector of this angle. So let's note it down that here RT is the bisector of angle PRS. Like the same, we'll note it down. PRS, and this is the bisector. So we can write that TRS is half of PRS. Again, we'll use this later on. Now, let's see that the equation 1, 2 and 4. Look at the 4 is TRS, which is equals to the second one, and half of PRS, which is equals to the first one. दोबारा एक बार समझ लो. TRS and half PRS, they are equal from equation 4. Equation 4 के हिसाब से this value and this values are same as we proved here. So we can say that the right hand sides are also equal. हमने बता दिया कि TRS और half PRS equal है. This angle and this angle are same. So obviously the right hand sides must be equal. So we can say that from equation 1, 2 and 4, we'll show the right hand sides are also equal. That is QTR plus TQR is equals to this value, half of QPR plus half of PQR. Now students, let's come to this what we required. We required QTR and we required QPR. मतलब हमें ये दोनों चाहिए. So obviously this two we have to remove. How we can remove? Let's use the third one. Look at the third equation. In the third equation it says that this angle is equals to this angle. So from equation 3 we can cut this, as I told you. Both the sides are equal, so we can cut it. So hence at last we obtain QTR is half of QPR. Hence we proved it. It is one of the most important questions and many chances that this will come into the examination. Thank you.